To yet another video on Java 8 series. Today we will be looking out on Java 8 interview coding questions which most frequently asked in any Java interview. So whether you today being like if you see there are 21 version, 21st version of Java being released, well, like interview would be still interested to know whether you understand Java 8 very well. So let's get started with the problem statement one. Uh, so first problem statement is that there will be a list of string which we have to sort it based on two criteria. One is length and one is alphabetical order. So first we have to sort it with the length of the particular each element, and then accordingly we have to sort it with the alphabetical order. So let's get started by creating the list of string. So first we will create a list. We'll name it as list of strings. So let's as we'll create a list where we add some names. So we'll name it with the people. Joseph. Once we define this, we need to, as we already spoke about, we'll need to sort this, right? We'll first convert this into a string. So we'll take the string, then we'll sort it as with the comparator. We'll use this comparing int. uh, then what we'll do is that we'll compare with the length of it. Okay, so once we get this length, then we will compare, as we are first sorted with the length, and then the next step is we will sort it with the comparing with the alphabetical order. So what we will do is that we will again make use of comparator, where we will use the natural sorting order. Once we get this, we will connect it into a list. So here we have done, like, we have brought the uh, we sorted it based on it. So what we'll do is that we'll list of sorted string. We'll rename it to list of sorted string. We'll just check it out the output, how it will look after sorting. So we'll just print this and see what will be the output. So if you see, it is sorted on the length, right? So if you see, it is the very shortest length. Then it comes to alphabetical order. So let's say if I add something with the length, right? You see the first it is uh, Ravi, then it is Aryan, right? It is starting with the second it is alphabetical. If you see A, right? Hope you got how to sort and apply two sorting. Uh, I would say two sorting mechanisms inside it. Now let's look at the second problem statement. We'll check like how we can uh, make use of it. So second problem statement is find the element in the list that appears only once. So we wanted to find the elements which are there in the list which should be repeated only once. So what we have to do is that we first require a list of integer. So what we'll do is that we'll create a list of integer. We'll name it as list of integers, and then we'll create a list. Let's say I'm making, and then once we have this particular list, what we'll do is that we'll first convert it into a strings, right? So what we have, we'll take this particular list of integers, then we'll convert it into a string. What will happen is that once we convert this to a string, we'll collect it as an, we'll group by it. Okay, so what we'll do is that we'll group by it. So we'll call grouping by, then there is an method, then there is an function class, right, which will identify, and then we'll take the count of it. So now what we'll do is we'll take the count of it. Now we'll search for collectors or counting method. So what will this happen is that it will actually give you a map which is integer and long. So what we'll do is we'll create a map which will be of integer and long. We'll name it as map of integers count. So once we get this particular count, we'll do the next set of operation, that is we will run through it. So there will be a map, right? We'll have to run through it, and then we have to produce that. We have to count. We have to count those. So what will happen is we will actually take the entry sets. So as this is a map, we will use an entry set. Okay. So once we get this entry set, what we'll do is that we'll convert it into a string. Okay. So once we get the streams, right, what we'll do is that we'll apply the filter over here. Filter, what we'll do is that we'll just check the value of it. So we'll get that particular, get the value, we'll compare, like how many times, if it is greater, it is equal to 1 or not. Okay, so we'll map it. Now we'll mapping it with the key of that, right? So what we'll do is that we'll map it with the map entry, and then we'll use the method reference to get the key. So as we wanted the list of keys, right, then we'll actually convert it into the list. So we are done with the problem statement. So we will actually create a list over here. So we'll have this particular integer. So it will be a unique list. So let's print it out. The unique list. We'll clear this. We'll run this again. Okay. If you see, these are all non-repeated, which has appeared only once. So if you see, one has been repeated, right? Uh, if you see, six has been repeated, so it is not part of the list. Thank you for watching.